Hi, I'm Juhber, and welcome back to the NSG server. This week began like any other, with me affixing a magical device that can enhance my natural abilities atop a pyramid of solid ferrous blocks. A device which I obtained by traveling to another dimension and slaying a three-headed demigod of immense power, thereby harvesting his soul as my own. Now I can dig faster! My supernaturally enhanced mining powers allowed me to slightly expand the size of my house. After abusing Breaky the First for a little while, I realized that an NSG member who I had never met before was currently online. The only neighborly thing to do was to go say hi, so I headed into the Nether armed with only the coordinates to his base. It should be this way. No, maybe over here. Still can't find a portal. So I jumped into the overworld and figured I would get there eventually. At this point, I decided to call it a lost cause and head home. But you know what? No. I've gone this far, and I've never seen his base, so I'm gonna go check it out. Can't hurt, right? Oh, well, here's his portal. Some kind of desert temple. A really cool dock. And my first time seeing a winter village. I decided to give his desert temple a closer look. It was after hours though, and security showed up, so I made myself scarce. After taking off, I couldn't find a safe place to land. Bones lives in a rough neighborhood. I did manage to develop a new method of combat, which was very effective, until I ran out of arrows. I figured it would take me a lot longer to run out of swords. I can't foresee any way that this could go wrong. On second thought, maybe I should stay on the ground for a bit. I think my reputation preceded me because the second I set foot on the ground, I had crowds of what I assume must be Juhber groupies flocking towards me. I managed to keep them at bay, but only just, and I was on the run all night. Some of them were a little overzealous, and it led to some slight property damage. Unwilling to let an innocent base snooping expedition turn Bones' backyard into a war-torn landscape, I pulled out my shovel and my elbow grease, and I got to fixin'. Afterwards, my shovel was a little worse for wear, so I headed to the end to use Safe's Enderman farm. He had mentioned he was tearing down the obsidian pillars for a community project, so I figured I'd help out. Mining obsidian is really slow, so I tried a different top-down approach. And ultimately, it was my third approach, which was stop mining until someone else came by and did it for me. That turned out to be the most effective. After finishing that, I headed to a few villages looking for hay bales. I found pumpkins at one village, and I managed to catch the end of one of those classic tragic plays in another. Gotta love local theater, but still no hay. I decided I was going to have to obtain wheat the Minecraft way. Ugh, Minecraft. This was step one in my grand plan to stop being super broke. Well, my new plan for not being super broke. For some reason, building a giant sheep had not cured me of having no money. So I found some cows, several hundred blocks away from my base, and led them back there. Through the night, with no bed. Tragically, one of the cows didn't make it. Which it turns out doesn't matter because there were loads of cows right outside my base. Because why wouldn't there be? After a few close calls, I got Bessie 1 and Bessie 3 down into their new home. Then I tested my wheat machine for the first time. It was a huge success. Failure. But I fixed it and then I had wheat. And cows. But first, I had to flash back to last week when a wise man said that every good businessman has an office downtown.
Yeah.
All good businessmen have an office downtown.
So I gathered up the necessary materials, flew into the side of a giant shrubby sheep, and built my office. My plan for this office is that as I do things on the NSG server, I will collect trophies and other keepsakes that I can use to decorate my office. While I was working on this, my good friend Scroofy mentioned that he needed food. After this, Scroofy, a casual acquaintance of mine, asked for some protection from the terrors of the night. A little while later, Scroofy, a guy who plays on the same server as me, said it would be nice if someone were to give him a bed. Soon after, Scroofy, whose connection to me is best left unsaid, asked for a handout of diamonds. Well, we talked about it, and he was kind enough to trade me his head for 2 shulkers and a bunch of dirt. I felt like Scroofy had the worst end of that deal, so I donated a few crafting tables to him. Zog made a new bookshop, and the Leafy Sheep learned to read. My wall is so beautiful. cows, and wheat. I had already outgrown my starter base, so it was time to upgrade to an intermediate base? The main thing I was lacking was storage. Here's 90 minutes of me sorting stuff. Did I put this head here? I planned for my base to eventually go all the way to bedrock, so I started making the preparations for that. Next, I attempted to make a slime farm with 0 research. This is going to be the best slime farm in this chunk. Diamonds! When I add these diamonds with my other diamonds, my net worth is now 19. Babies! Now that I was a father, I really needed to get my act together. You know, I could mine that, and that, and that. Wait, no. So, I mined a bunch of stuff in the nether. Then I blacked out and edited this clip like this for some reason. I expanded the selection at the Leafy Sheep. I made another super inefficient farm back in my base. I cleared out a little space for a future expansion. Slime! I met up with Safe to discuss another business partnership. Welcome to the Leafy Sheep.
I have no words to describe this.
But anyway, earlier we were talking. I have a shop and a little bit of obsidian. You have a lot of obsidian, so I was thinking we could join forces, corner the obsidian market, and have this be the place where people can buy obsidian.
Yeah, this is a cozy place, and lots of people need obsidian.
1 diamond for 16 obsidian.
Yeah, I mean, 1 diamond per 16 obsidian is quite reasonable. So here you are. Here is my remaining obsidian. And
Obsidian.
yeah.
Cows. Wheat. 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 Cows. Logs. Now I can sell item frames. Look, if it seems like I just wandered around and did random things this episode, I did. But give me a second to explain. I had a reason. Well, 2 reasons. 1, I didn't have an overarching goal, like a build or a farm. I just needed to work on my infrastructure. 2, I'm waiting on the Nether update, and it just dropped, so thanks for watching, everybody. If you like content like this, then subscribe and watch my last video, and I have to go to the Nether now. Okay, bye!